Welcome, Pisces and Pisces cross watchers, to your love read for November 2023. So I do want to apologize for these readings that I couldn't get them out earlier. I don't know if you've noticed that the setup has changed. Unfortunately, there were some changes that were rather unexpected. So I hope that these reads are still helpful for this month. And we're going to do, this is the relationship situation. For those of you that are new here, I usually do the big deck ahead of time because otherwise it makes a lot of noise on the desk. And then we're going to look at what each of you is thinking and feeling about the other person and actions or intentions towards each other. So just with this Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups here, I actually feel like someone has, for lack of a better phrase, incurred your wrath here. It's almost like you are a Pisces, so you may not know this about yourself unless you have Pisces friends around you or family. Pisces are amazing. They are so, in my experience anyway, they're so open and accepting and, but like, it's almost like don't get it fooled, right? Like, don't think that that means, I think you're starting to see that somebody here has confused your kindness and loving nature with weakness, and doesn't look good for them. So, Pisces, what's going on in Pisces' head? So we have the Three of Wands. You can't see that. Three of Wands, the Moon, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Here's the thing, Pisces, I actually feel like in your head, you're still like, you're starting to feel like you are getting to the bottom of it, right? It's like this person may have incurred your wrath, but I feel like there's a little bit more, or like a little bit more information that you need before you make the final decision, right? It's like if 5 plus 5 is always 10, you have 5 plus 4 right now. You're just waiting for that last 5, if you know what I mean. Hold on. What's in Pisces heart space? The truth. Ace, I don't know why I said it like that. So the Ace of Swords, of course, talks about having that, like, that's a new thought process, like a new way of being, a new way of thinking and existing. And I feel like, honestly, I don't know who you're so upset with, but it's almost like you're this kind of snake. Not that you're a snake, okay, in the derogatory sense of the word. I'm sorry for if that sniffling was unfortunate for those of you with headphones on. It's like you're this snake here, and I feel like you're just kind of going back and forth. You're just waiting for that last little piece of information before you kind of go on the offensive. You know what I mean? It's almost like if ever you've heard this phrase, like you're practically chomping at the bit, wanting to get after this, but it's like cooler heads are prevailing. You're being like wise and reasonable, but if you find out that that's that you've been wronged here in the way that you feel you have, like, then, right? So it's like that energy of like, then. I feel like that's the snake energy there. Oh, Pisces. I actually think you have a secret. I feel like you have some sort of information that you know is very potent in this situation. I feel like you know that, like, if you find out that you've been messed around somehow, that somehow, for lack of a better phrase, like somehow if your happy home has been disrupted, You seem to have some information that you know is going to really be quite, I don't know how to say this. It's going to be like the nail in the coffin. It doesn't even feel like that. It feels like it's bigger. It's not just like the final step that everything ends. It's like, it's the thing that makes, you seem to feel that it's going to be really big, but somebody might actually see it coming. And I'm almost hearing this energy from you like, not the way I'm going to do it. Holy Hannah. Okay. Can we get, like, you are mad? Uh-oh. I'm getting nervous for this person. We have the star reversed. So the star usually talks about that moment after the tower, right? Like, let's heal this, let's fix this, but that's not at all what's on their mind. This person seems to feel like, or from what I'm seeing, they are, it's almost like they're looking at you like, did I get away with that? Right? Oh, it's a very, very peculiar energy. I think we're just gonna actually get a clarifier for this one. I'm just deciding which deck here. Yeah. This these decks have been the favorite of the day. Can we get a clarifier on this star? So it's the world, but it came out sideways, really. I feel like this person is waiting for you to move first, and then the Ten of Wands there. But not because, you know how sometimes like, oh, are you going to make a move? Am I going to make a move? It actually feels like this person is waiting to see how you're going to react before they make whatever move they're going to make. They seem to feel that whatever's going on isn't over. It's almost like they seem to feel that no matter, like, regardless of how upset you get about whatever's happened, if it has indeed happened, they seem to feel like they'll be able to come back around and get into your good graces. So, and in their heart space, I'm just going to make sure the deck is upright. Yep. What's in Pisces? Oh. Or what's in Pisces person? What are they? So we have the, we have the Father, King of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Cups reversed here. So we have Ten of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Three of Pentacles. Here's the thing. I feel like your person is actually annoyed. I feel like it's almost like they kind of want to run up to you and like just grab you by the shoulders and be like, can't you see I'm trying? It's almost like they're trying to say, like, can't you see how much progress I've made? Can't you see how far we've come? You know what I mean? It's almost like you had been worked into their plan permanently, like into their life, you know, when they looked at their future. You were a permanent fixture. There was no question in their mind as to whether or not you'd be there. You would just be there. And there seems to be a lot of frustration coming from this person. It's almost like, sorry, I just heard a noise in this. I think the wind is making the house creak, but I'm just going to take one headphone thing off. I hope that the audio is still good. I just heard it again. So just a second. Okay. Well, whatever. it actually feels like this person, they felt like they were on relatively solid footing with you. And it's almost like they want to tell you that whatever happened, that like it wasn't their fault. And it does feel, from what I'm seeing, they genuinely do feel that way. They genuinely feel like they got blindsided here. And it's almost like they want to tell you that, but they know if they do, it's almost like if they tell you what they know or what they found out after they kind of got that information, they do seem a little bit concerned about your reaction. And now, listen, Pisces, that doesn't mean that you're this like, um, crazy, emotional, um, heavily reactive person. Okay. It just feels like there's been a few things that have been piling on top of you lately. And I feel like this person, like, they know that it looks bad, but from what I'm seeing, heart to heart, it's almost like they know that it can be fixed, but they don't know how. It feels like the type of energy of somebody that like they're just going to let the dust settle. They seem to be working on something for you. You know what I mean? It's the energy of like maybe there's something that they had always wanted from you or something like that. Or no, or that you had always wanted from them. And it's like they were already working on it. Actually, they know that it's going to mean a lot to you if you let them talk to you about it. It's this energy of them feeling like they are going to have to plead their case. They know that's coming. I feel like part of them might be hoping that somebody else comes in and tells you some of the information that they haven't quite, like someone comes in and advocates for them. I feel like to this person, your words are very cutting. Not that you are that intentionally, right? Um, I feel like you are one of the few people that this person really trusts and that they really want around. It just feels like right now, maybe not before or, in the far future, it feels like right now both of you kind of are looking for it on your own terms. And it's almost like this person may be able to make a certain level of compromise, but because of what's happened, they know that it's not reasonable to ask you to meet them in the middle right now. Whew. Okay. So we're going to get each of your actions and intentions. Can we get Pisces person? Whoops. Their actions or intentions towards Pisces. Well, I mean, we got the Magician reversed. So the Magician upright means, they're manifesting, they're going to start making things happen. But reversed, I feel like it's just a repeat of what the cards have already been saying. I feel like it's a message that they're going to be keeping a much closer eye on you. I almost said than you think. You are going to notice them keeping somewhat of a close eye on you, but I feel like you may not realize, like, they're stealthy enough about it that you may not know to what degree they are keeping an eye on you, if that makes sense. I'm getting, this might be just for one or a few of you. It's almost like this person made an oath or some sort of like promise or commitment to look out for you. And they take that seriously and they're going to honor that, like, because this person has a lot of, you may not want to hear this, this person does have a lot of love for you. And actions or intentions from Pisces. Actions or intentions from Pisces. Wheel of Fortune. With the Knight of Cups here. Interesting. I actually feel like as you kind of move through the situation here, I feel like all of that anger kind of, if you can see how this is wrapping around, right? It's like this snake, again, not derogatory. It's almost like all of that anger and frustration and all of those really challenging emotions that have been that have weaved together to create this fury in you. It feels like it kind of just gets like pushed apart. And instead of it being one thing after another, after another, after a freaking another, it all kind of gets, for lack of a better word, I feel like it just kind of gets spread out here. And there's something about it that takes the tension away from it. Hold on for a second. It does feel like you are going to be getting some help with that. It feels like it's like the unlikeliest of, I want to say like it's an odd fellow. I don't know what that is. What does Pisces need to know about that? So we have the Chariot with the Ten of Cups reversed, or Ten of Cups reversed with the Chariot at the bottom. Hold on for a second. It's almost like, I feel like somebody that's been through something akin to what you have gone through here, it's almost like they found a way to organize all of this web, right? And it's like they found a way to do it in the absence of love. And it seems to be that it's like them looking at you being like, I did it with this, right? It's like they're looking at you like, excuse me. It's almost like in going from this really kind of tense energy and then to everything kind of like the emotions and stuff are still there, but the tension is gone. And this person is looking at you like they seem to be surprised that you are doubting. It's almost like they're surprised that you're doubting yourself. They're surprised that it's almost like they would turn to you and say like, why are you acting like you can't do this or you don't know what to do? Like this is coming from them, okay? It's almost like, who are you? Almost like, who do you think you are that you're going to stand here and tell me, or stand here and act like you can't do this? You know what I mean? It's that type of an energy. And it's almost like they're looking at you, almost challenging you to get up and do this. And I feel like part of you needs a break before you do. Right? It's like part of you just needs to almost be in like a sensory deprivation chamber to just actually rest. I feel like, especially if you've had that really tense energy for a long time, I feel like it's been a long time since you've actually rested, right? Like since you've sat down and you didn't feel like, I got to do this, I got to do that. There's so many moving pieces. And it doesn't mean necessarily that like you had a lot of things to do. It could also be that you knew that there were a lot of things on your plate, a lot of prep work. It's like it's not all about, you know, let's say, for example, like vacuuming or doing the dishes. I feel like a lot of it was inner work. And I feel like hold on for a second. I feel like whoever this is that's like calling you out here, they're looking down at the web that you have and they're kind of like, really? Is that really what you're going to do? um, they do seem to have a little bit of an attitude. It doesn't feel like it gets on your nerves. I feel like you're used to it. Um, I feel like that the part of you that feels very hurt, I feel like whatever this is that tells you to kind of, you know, stop that. They seem to be looking at you. I don't know why I can't get this out, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying. They seem to be looking at you like they know that you can do better. They know that you are, it's almost like they know that you just need that little push. You just need to be reminded of who you are and what you're capable of, right? It's like if you're surrounded by just noise consistently, and it's like, and it disrupts your energy or your wavelength sort of thing. And then once that's disrupted, your ability to like perform or project or whatever it is, that gets stunted. And then it's like, and then you see stuff start to fall off, and this person's looking at you like, they know that you can do better. I hope that made sense. Okay, we're going to pull, I think, a couple of cards for some advice. Just going to make sure the deck is upright. Can we get some advice for Pisces? Dang. We have the Three of Swords, Knight of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Here's the thing. Oh, then we do have the, oh wow, with the Lovers underneath it. So, you might not want to hear this. I feel like the message is that kind of like seething anger and frustration that's like just kind of brimming at the surface. It's starting to boil over. I feel like the message here is to put a cap on it. I don't want to say put a lid on it. It just feels kind of like dismissive. And that's not the intention. I feel like if you keep the fact that you are boiling under your, I don't know how to say this. If you are able to effectively mask the fact that you are ready to kind of pounce, I feel like you're going to be really glad that you did. To the best of your ability, keep it under wraps. It's almost like as this situation, you keep it under wraps, right? And then as this situation plays out, you not getting upset about it, it seems to make you look incredibly wise. It's almost like mystical. People are looking at you like, how did they know? How did they know? And I feel like it's almost like you're sitting here like, I didn't know. I just had really good self-control, right? You were just able to keep it under wraps. I feel like it might be something that you'll have to remind yourself of. I definitely feel like you're going to be really grateful that you do. I feel like there's going to be some things. So the Knight of Wands upright is that like in and out nonsense sort of behavior, right? Very passionate, but not long standing. But it's reversed here. And I feel like people may have underestimated you. It feels like people may have looked at you like you were um, a fair weather friend. They may have looked at you like you didn't have much staying power. And I feel like how you conduct yourself here, it's really going to impress people. Not that you want to or you care or you need to, right? But it just feels like you're going to surprise people with what you do here. And I feel like there's something about that that seems to elevate you to the next level. And it's almost like it's like everyone's energy is like, holy crap, I didn't realize Pisces was that good. And it's like somehow, I don't know why this is what's coming through, but it's like enough people start thinking that like where there wasn't a way, you seem to find a way up. So um, I am officially confused. I'm sorry to say that, but I hope that this reading helped if it resonated. Excuse me. Um, I feel like you may be really, really cheesed right now. Um, but I actually feel like this ends up turning out really, really well for you. It feels like it gives you some stability, how it turns out. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.